Let's do a couple more examples of using the quadratic formula. So on this example right here, let's identify A, B, and C. There is no number in front of the x squared. Some of you are going to be tempted to write x squared in this, but let me remind you that A, B, and C are numbers. Do not put any letters there. They are numbers. So what is the number in front of x squared? It's an imaginary 1. So A is 1, B is 2, C is not 35. C is negative 35. So let's plug these in. Negative b, that's a 2, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. What I did here was I made you a little skeleton, and so that you could see how you can put just the basics, everything except a, b, and c down, and then just plug in. That way you might not forget anything. So negative 2 is just negative 2. Plus or minus the square root of, let's do the denominator. 2 times 1 is 2. So, if I did square root of this, what would I get? 2 times 2 is 4. Like I said, feel free to plug this into your calculator if you don't want to do it in your head like I am. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 times 35, I believe that is 140, so that's 144. Now, this one's cool because I know the square root of 144. It's a perfect square, and I'm going to put a list of perfect squares on Canvas for you. So I have negative 2 plus or minus 12 over 2. This would be a really awkward way to leave my answer since I know I can simplify that. I can do basic math and simplify it. I have to do two problems though. I have to do negative 2 plus 12 over 2. And then I have to do negative 2 minus 12 over 2 because I'm doing the plus answer and the minus answer. So negative 2 plus 12 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then negative 2 minus 12 is negative 14. Negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. Those are my two answers. That means this parabola crosses the x-axis at negative 7 and at 5. This one probably would have been easy to factor, but I wanted to show you how you could get the same answer by quadratic formula. Let's try one more. Remember, A, B, and C are numbers. There's no number, so it's a 1. There's no number. It's a 1. C is negative 20 because it's a minus. That's a 1, a 1, a 1, negative 2. Wow, this one looks like the math's going to be fairly easy. Negative 1 plus or minus the square root of, this would be 1 plus, give me a second to do the math, 1 plus 80, that's 81 divided by 2. Once again, we get a perfect square. So I have negative 1 plus or minus 9 because the square root of 81 is 9. Make sure you do both the positive answer and the negative. Negative 1 plus 9 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Negative 1 minus 9 is negative 10. Negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. If you wondered why I wrote the answers this way, we usually do least to greatest.